Hello everybody and welcome back to the Breakfast Club. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, and as promised is Breakfast with Alexandra Rauland, a U.S. college football athlete. Alexandra, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, now first question, my dear, as always, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm going into my final year at Knox College, which is a small liberal arts school in Illinois, about 3 hours outside of Chicago. And I play on the soccer team there for the women. And I'm also studying education in Spanish, as I'm going to be going into teaching.
Por favor, española.
Sí.
Sí. So, but Spanish aside, how long have you been playing football or soccer?
I've been playing on and off since I was about 9 or so. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So what was the attraction? Because I know many of my Western friends, they love playing sport, but why did you pick soccer or football out of all the sports you could have selected?
Well, it's funny. I actually played quite a few different sports when I was younger. I started with soccer, but I also played softball, which is kind of similar to baseball, but only women play it. I also played a little bit of basketball when I was in 8th grade, when I was about 13. But, you know, I don't really know if I have a specific answer for you. I think
you just love sports.
I do, and actually, to be honest, I think the reason why in college I ended up choosing soccer was because my team is so great.
Okay.
We have great team chemistry, and they're just a great group of girls, and that's ultimately why I chose it.
Now, Alexandra, I've always wanted to ask every female athlete this question, and you are no exception. What is the male view of females in soccer and females in sport?
In the United States?
Generally.
Well, I think in the United States, more so than in other countries, I think that women are pretty supported overall. I studied in Spain for a little bit, and I can tell you I did not see women playing sports at all. Yeah, I was very surprised by that. However, in the United States, you see women playing basketball, softball, soccer, all sorts of different sports, and I think that especially nowadays, women are very supported in sports, and it's a very common thing to see women playing sports.
Now, as a female competitor, is it a little frustrating to see males get a lot of attention when some of them are not really that good because they're just males?
Yes, it is very frustrating, actually. It's a shame because at my school, at Knox College, sometimes the men will get a little bit more coverage in the newspaper, at the Knox newspaper, than the women, even though we may have a better season. I don't really know why that is, but I'm hoping that will change over time, hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon, yeah. Hopefully for the best. But speaking about your dreams and aspirations, how far do you intend to go with the sport?
Unfortunately, this will actually be my last year.
No.
Yes.
Please don't say that.
You know, I wish I could say I was as good as Hope Solo or some of the other players that we've been watching in the Women's World Cup, but I'm not. So I'll be done after this year, and it'll be kind of bittersweet moment. But I think I'm going to move on and just kind of go straight into teaching. So.
But you're so young and you're so good, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the end has to come at some point, so I think it's
But do you think
soon.
you will go into a coaching or administration role because you're going to become a teacher as well?
Yes, yeah, definitely teaching, and I would absolutely love to go into coaching, probably for the younger kids, I think. I think the one thing I kind of missed out on was a lot of technical training when I was younger, and I would really love to be able to give that back to the younger students.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, speaking of which, what do you think of the Women's World Cup so far held in Germany? There's a big smile on your face when I said that.
It has been, it's been very interesting to watch so far. There have been a lot of surprises, such as Germany losing to Japan. That was a total shock, I think, for the whole world. And then just this past game with the United States versus Brazil, that was probably one of the most interesting games I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I actually watched some of the women's players on the team kind of talk on TV about the game, and they said that they've actually increased their fan club now after that game. There's more people watching the game.
That's awesome.
And it was very interesting.
So who are the favorites so far? Because Brazil are out.
Yes,
dumped out by your United States of America. Yes.
Well, for me personally, on the women's team, on the U.S., I think because I'm a goalkeeper, my favorite player is definitely Hope Solo. I think that she has been such an asset to the women's team. She's been absolutely incredible to watch. She's so strong, and for that position, you need to be strong. You need to be able to lead your team. You need to be able to direct them, and I think especially if your team's not doing well, you know, you need to be able to be strong and be there for them and kind of be that support. And she's done all of those things.
Now, tell us about being a goalkeeper. How different is it playing defender compared to goalkeeper compared to striker? I know the skill set are a little different because goalkeeper, you're blocking shots. Defender, well, you're defending.
Right.
As a striker, you're attacking all the time and you're under tremendous amounts of pressure to score lots of goals. So tell us about the goalkeeper position.
I mean, being a goalkeeper, you're under as much stress, if not maybe even a little bit more than other players on the team, because you're the last man, you know, you're the last person blocking the goal. If you make great saves, then you're the hero. If not, you know, you're kind of in a tough situation. So there's a lot of stress that goes along with it, but I think it's so much fun to play because it's so different than any other position on the field. And for me, that's what's so fun about playing the sport. So, and playing that position in particular.
Okay, fantastic. Wow, a goalkeeper sitting right next to me right here on The Breakfast Club, Bernama TV. But about the Women's Football World Cup held in Germany, we have Japan, who are, well, the biggest underdog ever. We have France, who defeated England 4-3 on penalties. We have the United States of America, who defeated favorites Brazil on penalties as well. And we have, well, minnows, Sweden. Now, out of all these 4 teams, I'm going to put your head on the chopping block as a football pundit. Who's going to take this objectively? Objectively,
okay. Well, looking at the past, I think Sweden and the United States are the only two actually that have multiple times found themselves in this position. So I think they have the most experience. So I'm going to say I think Sweden and the United States are probably going to be in the final. I hope. But you know, like I said, I mean, there have been so many surprises that I can't say for sure. However, those are 2 very strong teams that have found themselves in the final before and who have won it before. So I think that one of them will probably take it. And for me personally, I hope it's the United States. So
now, I've always wanted to ask female athletes or any female athlete this question as well. Now, you said your favorite player is Hope Solo. Hope Solo has been branded as a very good-looking athlete. What's your opinion about athletes using their looks to market themselves, just to get a little bit more popularity?
I guess I'm not surprised that they do it. I don't think it's necessary. I think if you have the skill, that should be enough. And I think it's a shame for younger kids who are looking to go into the sport to think that that's what they need to do in order to be successful or to be more popular. You know, I think that I definitely know of a few players, you know, on the men's team, for example, who I might not necessarily think are the most attractive, but they are very popular and they have definitely gotten themselves out there. So I don't think it's the only way, and I definitely don't think it's the best way to be a good role model necessarily.
So you don't like it, yeah?
I'm not the biggest fan, no.
Okay, but what's the American view of it? Just in general, how does society see it in terms of, for lack of a better word, well, the beautiful appeal of women's sports?
I think it's always been, so, I mean, not even just in sports, you know, in magazines, it's always people who are, you know, they've been retouched and and they're always the beautiful people who are in the magazines, who are on TV, who are in sports. So I think it's still an issue that we're working through in the U.S. too. I'm hoping that, you know, one day that won't be the main reason why people are popular or are you know, on TV but it's definitely still something that's going on.
Don't worry, I'm not on TV because of my looks, so yeah, let's just say that. Yes, I'm a big fan of all things media, which is entertainment, sport, politics, news, and everything like that. But that's a different story for another day. But as a coach, can you advise our young children viewers who do love sport about why they should play sport in high school, at university, or just generally in life?
I think sports, you know, whatever sport you choose, it's great for building your character. I think it's definitely made me a more disciplined person. They always say, you know, in university especially, or even in high school, it helps you get your work done, for example, because you come home and you don't have a lot of time to do your homework, so it kind of helps you actually become a better student, helps you keep in shape. I mean, there's so many benefits to playing sports, but I think the biggest one is just being disciplined, and I think also learning to be a team player.
Yes.
I think for anything that you do in life, learning to be a team player is so important, and I think that's probably one of the greatest things that you can take away from playing sports.
Okay, unfortunately, we're running out of time. This has been, wow, such a great interview. I've learned so much about females in sport and about being a goalkeeper as well. Is there any websites that you'd like to promote so people can find out a little bit more about females or female participation in sport, and most notably football?
Sure. The NCAA organization stands for National Collegiate Athletic Association. You can go to that website. I believe it's www.ncaa.org, and they kind of oversee the 3 divisions in soccer.
Right.
So you can go there to get a little bit more information. You can go to Knox College's website if you'd like to follow us this season. You can also go to the Midwest Conference, which is what Knox is a part of, to find out more about the women's teams. And so those are 3 options.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she has said it very, very well. Sports will help you become a better, fitter, and more balanced person. And most importantly, you will be a team player. On behalf of the Breakfast Club, we'd like to thank Alexandra for coming onto our show. All the best in your teaching career, your sporting career, and most of all, please enjoy the journey, yeah?
Okay, thank you so much.
Over to our newsreader for the local and international headlines, and then when we come back, some healthy living stories for you and another guest. We'll see you soon, right here on The Breakfast Club, Bernama TV.